fighting out of the ring.
Expectations are sky high for the... We're expecting an all-out offensive display. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Just misses right uppercut. Do you believe what we're seeing? So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. And he fails to score with that left hook. Landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Teofimo Lopaz that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance without a doubt.
On to the second round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, what's forward, what's backward. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Nice counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Lucky that hook didn't score. Just missed that jab. All the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work, that's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
And he scores with the counter. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if...
Nice round.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. No respect for each other's punching power. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through is willpower, calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Straight right just misses. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Beautiful counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. Output. Thought there would be some more action here. Catch and shoot. Misses with the straight left. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Teofimo Lopaz that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get it.
There's the bell to start round 4. John Johnny. Can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Power, that power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Left uppercut doesn't score. That counter shot lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Well done with that counter shot. Perfect counter shot. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
They are giving us a high-tempo show. Beautiful counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Teofimo Lopaz in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Don't want you to load up. Don't be that, right?
Time for the 5th round. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice exchange here from both men. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this could be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. He misses with that straight left. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Punch, counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. He threw a punch and just got countered. Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Jab back, get your rhythm back, and we'll go again.
Start just sticking a few body shots in there. Just vary it a little bit so we can.
You gotta go back out there and win this round. You had everything in the bag, and now you let it back into it. Get your mind back on the job. That was a god-awful round, that was.
Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps are up here. We'll start tiring out.
You're much better. It's not even in your league. Come on, switch on.
Listen, great work. Stay focused. Don't let go.
All that work all the way through camp, and now you gotta go back out there and lose, man.
Let's start the sixth. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter. Fast fighter can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you being let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
So close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. How about that time counter shot? And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Punches have to hurt. could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on the fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go.
And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Swing and a miss with the hook. That counter punch caught him clean. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect counter lands. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Fighter willing to slow down. When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Lomachenko is buzzed. Teofimo Lopaz that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
I love that. That champ's slick. Just stay put.
Get your boxing back together. You're switching off.
Don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for one shot at a time.
Get your mind back on the job and get back out there, win the round. Right, let's go out there and get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when you go out there. Just take a round.
Just the same again. Don't change too much yet.
Good. You've completely switched off. Get your mind
So just keep your hand on the end of his jab. Get me timing already.
back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better. He's up.
Just vary it up a little bit so we can figure it out.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set. And we enter the 8th round. men step back for just a moment. Through the straight left, but it won't score. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
What can they change? They can change their attitude, they can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round, because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
Nice counterpunch right up the middle. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Can't score with that jab. Swing and a miss with the jab. How about that time counter shot? Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing, it absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
They exchange punches. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Good? Good man.
Right. Listen, don't worry about it.
Jab's working nice. Doesn't want to.
Because he's going to be confident. I want you to go back out there, take his confidence away. Go out, in the first minute, stick him in the end of your jab, and then start gathering your pace, get your momentum back, and win.
Set him up. We'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
Get your mind back on the job. There's a god-awful round.
And we enter the ninth. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? Excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Those counter punches have to hurt. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I feel you're in with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That jab doesn't find a home. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Counterpunch. In the build up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
And down goes Lopaz. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from? One, two, three, four, five. Are you okay?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
That That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Beautiful counter punch. It's all offense all the time. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Good work, Mr.
Don't worry about it. Let's just get out there. Let's reset. Forget about it.
Don't skip the jab. Don't get carried away.
Here comes the 10th round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another...
Whoa, Johnny! Teofimo in some real trouble here. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
That's lights out right there.
The count there.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. The final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
We have a fight that's got a great footwork and that great hand speed. It's so hard, it's an uphill battle.
Looks like he's leading halfway. Did you see that? And Lopaz is dazed. Into the fray.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Both men step back for just a moment. Hey, those punches add up. Just hold it right there, and Teofimo Lopaz might be ready to go. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And the takeover's in some big trouble now. Total dominate. Hold that thought. Teofimo in some real trouble here. Nothing else he could do there but take a knee to stop the beating.
Best thing the fighter did. Otherwise, you know what? Pride's going to get you knocked out.
Let's talk about Teofimo Lopaz in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Next round. Good round. I like that. Good man.
It's one round that you lost. Don't worry about it. You've done all that working.
Great work. Stiff focus. Great man.
I need you to focus on what you do. You don't want to lose this fight, kid. Come on. You let him back in. You're better than that, kid. Just go back out there and get behind the basics.
Look, you've got to be smart. Otherwise they'll see it and they'll ride it out.
Go on, come on. You're switching off. You got complacent. This fight's not over.
Just the fact. Don't give him no free shots. Keep smart.
So you keep the bag, and now you let him back in. You've completely switched.
Listen, start just sticking a few body shots in there.
The referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action.
You're much better than that guy.
Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. You've got to appear.
That's start 11. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength, and preparation is how you are going to deal with this.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just...
Whoa, Johnny! Lomachenko in trouble! Good job trying to back. So he will take a knee here and get a nice reprieve from the action.
What you see right there is a heartbroken fighter.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And Lopaz is dazed. Chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You okay?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then gotta paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just gotta make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's gonna get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Lincoln, you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.